Okay, so today the gun review here is on a Marlin 308 ME or MX or Marlin Express. Similar to the 336 in design. There's been a lot of confusion about these guns. This is a gun built around 07 to I think 9. They continue to be listed in the catalog clear into the teens, even though when the plant moved from when Remington, or actually Freedom Group, bought Marlin, they basically discontinued this. The manufacturing of these was more difficult, and as most people know, then the Remington Marlin era came into place, and they weren't the greatest guns. After that, until the last year or so, 2 years, when quality has improved quite a bit with these guns. So basically what we have here is a Marlin lever action. Looks like a 336. This is a JM, and I probably wouldn't get one without a JM, even though I assume there were some made. It operates just like any other 336. You load it in here into the tube, and basically that's it. Now the 308 ME, I'm sorry, I call it MX a lot, Marlin Express. ME is basically, what they do is they took a 307 Winchester and they rebuilt it to a 308, remade it to a 308. And they wanted to get the same velocity in a 308 bullet, or basic trajectory in the 308 bullet that a 308 bullet has. They wanted to get that in a cartridge similar to the 308. Here's a 308. Here is a 308 MX, and as you see, it's a little shorter. It's a 308 bullet, and the case is just a little shorter. And so that's really the difference. It was a cartridge that they wanted to be able to fire into a lever action rifle and get the kind of ballistics. People take elk with these. They take an assortment of game with these. Hornady makes the ammunition. It is a Lever Revolution 308 Marlin Express 160 grain FTX. Not a bad gun at all. Basically what you have is a short tube here instead of the full tube. This is an 07 model. Must lock up to pull a trigger. Has a place for scope. Basically a standard 336 from 07, actually even into modern era. It's Chamberbrake 308 Express. They made a 338 as well, and I do not have a 338. I've seen a couple 338s, have not bought one. And the stock is a checkered American walnut. It's got a rubber butt pad. This is all original. Front sight, wide band hood, which is very common. So, as for collector value, this gun was discontinued after about 2 years. The 308 was continued to be made. The 338 was not, but no one really knows. It appears there were about 15,000 308 MXs made, MEs. Sorry, I don't know what you want to call it. And there were about 5,000 338s. There was an issue with the 338s in 09, and with the drop in the barrels were machined improperly. One of the issues you find with the 336, the 39s, the 1895s is right here when people put scopes on them, they basically ruined the gun for collector value. This, the way that they use this matte bluing, you cannot, it's not actually bluing, but the matte finish, you can't fix that once a scope base has been put on there. It almost always puts tracks in it, and you just cannot get that finish back out. And to me, that just basically ruins the value of a collector, which this will be someday, probably isn't right now. It says 308 MX there on the barrel. The other area is right here on the blued finish on the side of the receiver. All eras, all models, except for those that were case colored, struggle with the same thing. They get scratches in here from use, and it basically eliminates the ability to fix it. You can't blue them, you can't get the scratches out. You can re-blue them, but you have to completely take the finish down and take the blue off. And then the third thing is the mesh here on how well the stock finishes right here. And that's what Remlin did terrible. Stocks were manufactured in mass and not hand finished, and they did not match the receivers. And there's just a lot of wood issues here and whatnot. So those are a few things to look for. If you do find one in a 336 specifically, look here in the bluing, and then look over here in the bluing, and then look up here immediately. If you have a scope on it and you buy one with a scope, your collector values diminish significantly if you're not willing to hold on to it for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. That's my opinion of that. Gun holds 5. And I'm just shooting downrange here at my range. It's some steel AR 500. There you go. Thank you. Enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And friend, depending on what service you're on, I am Chamberbrake, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Forward forever, backward never.